Aegeon was a merchant from Syracuse, but he had to travel to Ephesus for business. His pregnant wife went with him and gave birth to identical twin sons. At the same time, a poor woman also gave birth to identical boys, and Aegeon bought her newborns, intending to bring them up as slaves for his sons. Unfortunately, on their return journey to Ephesus, their ship was broken apart by a storm, and the sailors abandoned them on the wreckage. His wife tied herself with one son and one slave to one of the masts, and he tied himself, the other son, and the other slave to a mast at the other end of the wreck. A Corinthian ship rescued Aegeon and the one twin whom he was with, but they were unable to catch up to the Epidaurian ship, which had picked up his wife and his other son and carried them away. When his son had grown up, the young man took his slave and set off into the world to find his brother and mother. Aegeon himself followed suit, and his wanderings eventually led him to Ephesus, where he was willing to brave arrest and execution in the hopes of finding the missing half of his family. Duke Solinus is deeply moved by Aegeon's story and offers Aegeon a day of liberty to find someone to ransom his life. Aegeon's son, Antipholus of Syracuse, is also in Ephesus, although neither he nor his father is aware of the other's presence. Antipholus sends his servant, Dromio of Syracuse, to the center inn with their money and luggage. Unknown to anyone, his missing brother is a prosperous citizen of Ephesus, served by his own Dromio of Ephesus. Dromio of Ephesus appears and demands that his master come home to lunch. He has mistaken this Antipholus for Antipholus of Ephesus, and Antipholus of Syracuse, in turn, mistakes this Dromio for his own servant. This misunderstanding leads them to an argument. Adriana, who is married to Antipholus of Ephesus, is with her sister, Luciana, anxiously awaiting the return of her husband, and his slave, who she sent out after him.
Neither my husband nor the servant has returned. Even when I said the servant was running, surely Luciana is scrupulous. Maybe some shareholders at the office invited him for lunch. Sister, let's see them stop worrying. A man is master of his own freedom. Freedom is his only master, and when the time comes along, he will come and go as he pleases. If this is so, be patient, sister. Why should men be freer than women? Because their business lies outside home. Listen, when I behave this way towards him, he hates it. You should know that he's the bridle to your will. The bridle? Only a mule will agree to that. Why? Too much freedom leads to greed. There's nothing under heaven that doesn't have its own limits. The beasts on the earth, the fish in the sea, and the birds of the sky are all subject to the male of their species and under their control. Men who are nearest to God are the master of all these creatures, and men, the lords of the wide world and the wide seas, gifted with intellectual sense of soul, are master of women and their lords. Therefore, you should obey their orders. It's this servant-like mentality that's giving you unmarried. No, it's not. It's because of what happens in the marriage bed. But if you were married, you will have some influence. Before I learn how to love, I will learn how to serve. Now, that's patience. It's easy to preach humility when you have no reason to act otherwise. When we are faced with a miserable person crying, we try to get them to shut up. And if we are suffering the same kind of pain, we will complain as much, if not more. But you, who have no husband causing you problems, try to comfort me, your sister, by preaching this virtue, patience. Well, I can marry one day just to see. I'm coming along. Tell me, is your master close at hand?
No, but he hit me with 2 hands, just at my ears.
Did you talk to him to understand?
Yes, he told me his hand to my ears. That's his hand. I could barely understand it.
Did he speak so ambiguously that you couldn't get a feeling of what he meant?
No, he hit me very clearly and I felt his punches perfectly well. They were so graceful, I could barely stand up under them.
But please tell me, is he coming home? It seems that he has taken a great care to please his wife.
Why, mistress? My master is that time as bull with horns.
Horns? You bastard.
I don't mean his cattle mad. When I asked him to come home to lunch, he asked me for 1,000 marks. It's lunchtime, I said. My goal, he said. The meat's burning, I said. My goal, he said. Will you come home, I said. My goal, he said. Where's the 1,000 marks I gave you, scoundrel? The pig, I said, is burnt. My goal, he said. My mistress, I said. Not your mistress. I don't know your mistress. The hell with your mistress.
Who said that?
My master said it. I don't know, he said, any house, wife or mistress. My message, which was supposed to be delivered with my mouth, ended up being carried back home by my shoulders, because at the end of it all, that's where he beat me.
Go back and bring my husband home.
Go back again and be beaten home again? For God's sake, send somebody else.
Go back, or I knock you 1 again.
And here another knock across my head. With all those bruises, I'll have a holy head.
Get out of here, you bloody pigeon. Bring your master home.
Do I treat you this wrongly? You're kicking me around like in a football. You kick me out, he kicks me back. If I keep working for you, I'm going to end up wrapped in leather like a football.
Look at you. You have impatience all over your face. He feels the need to grace all his tramps with his presence, while I'm sitting here, starting from a single smile from him. Has homely age taken the alluring beauty from my poor cheeks? Am I boring? Have I lost my wits? If my conversation is no longer clever and free, that's because he drew it. Is he charmed by the free clothes? Well, that's not my fault. He's the one in charge of my spending. What fault can you find in me that were caused by him? One single smile will repair all my decayed beauty. I'm nothing but a poor, used fool. This jealousy is harming only you. Drive it out of you. Only someone who doesn't feel this pain will tell me to ignore it. I know his eyes are worth cheating some other women. Sister, you know he promised me a necklace. I would gladly ignore everything without the necklace if he stays faithful to me. Since my beauty no longer pleases my husband, I will weep away what's left, and then I will die with weeping. How many infatuated people die because of jealousy?